Today we are going to talk about something called a deal desk. Many of you are familiar with it, and some of you might not be. So let's talk at length about this. Here's something that happens in almost every company I work with. A sales rep, they close a deal, everyone is excited, high fives all around. The finance gets a contract and goes, wait a sec. What are the payment terms? Who approved a 75-day payment window? And why is there a discount that no one told us about? And suddenly that great deal, it becomes a cash flow problem. This is exactly why deal desks exist. And if you don't have one, you're probably leaving money on the table. Or worse, you're creating problems you don't even know about yet. I'm Hindol. I've been a CFO for well over 25 years in the Valley. And today I want to talk about something that might sound boring, but is actually one of the most powerful things you can put in place. That's called the deal desk. So let's get into it. What is a deal desk? The deal desk is basically a small organizational structure that is set up to manage contracts. Think of it as a small team, a central team, or sometimes even just one person in smaller companies that reviews all the deals before they get signed. They are the checkpoint between sales saying yes and the company actually committing to something. Now, I've seen this done a few different ways. And in some companies, a deal desk sits in finance. In others, it sits in sales operations or revenue operations. Honestly, where it sits matter less than the fact that it exists and has a right to authority. The deal desk looks at things in a different way. It looks at pricing. Is it within an approved range? Do the payment terms work for a cash flow? Are there any standard or non-standard clauses that legal needs to review? What does this deal actually make sense for, and how does it make sense for us financially? It's not about slowing things down, it's actually speeding things up because sales reps now know exactly what they can and can't offer. And standard deals generally sail right through. So why do companies need a deal desk? Let me share something from my own experience. Years ago, when I joined a company as a CFO, one of the first things I noticed was that revenue was growing, but our cash collection was not doing as well. And it turns out that the sales reps had been offering all kinds of payment terms to close deals. Net 60, net 75, in one case net 90. And no one in finance knew until the invoices went out and the cash did not come in. And that becomes a real problem. You can have great bookings, you can have great revenue on paper, but if you cannot collect that cash in a reasonable time, you're funding your customer's business with your money. And what a deal desk does, it prevents this. It creates a visibility and control without taking away the sales team's ability to sell. And here's another reason, margin protection. Without a deal desk, discounting becomes a free-for-all. Every rep has their own special situation that needs a bigger discount. And before you know it, your average discount is 30% when it should be 15%. And the third reason, and this one is big, is risk management. Contracts have legal implications. If a sales rep, they agree to something that creates a liability for the company, that becomes a real problem. Our deal desk catches those issues before they become your problem. Okay, so how does this work in practice? So the key thing about deal desk is having a clear set of rules, and we call these guardrails or a pricing and deal approval matrix. So here's a simple example. Let's say your standard discount limit for a sales rep is 10%. Anything up to 10%, the sales rep can approve themselves. And the deal goes through, no extra steps required. Now between 10 and 20%, maybe the sales manager needs to approve it. Between 20 and 30%, it goes to the deal desk for review. And anything over 30%, that needs VP of Sales or even CFO approval. Now the same thing for payment terms. Net 30 is standard, no approval needed. Net 45, manager approval. Net 60 or beyond, deal desk needs to review. What you're really doing is making it easy for standard deals to close fast while making sure that the non-standard deals, they get the right eyes on them. Now, the deal desk is not just saying yes or no. A good deal desk works with the sales rep. They might say, look, we can't do net 90-day terms, but what if we structure this as 2 payments? Or what if we offer a small discount for paying upfront? They are problem solvers. They are not just gatekeepers. And that is why there are certain common mistakes one makes with deal desks. So let's talk about some mistakes that I've seen. The first mistake, making the deal desk too slow. If it takes 3 days to get a deal approved, sales is going to find ways around it. Or they will just lose deals because customers don't want to wait. Your deal desk needs to respond quickly, ideally same day for most requests. The second mistake, not giving the deal desk enough authority. If the deal desk can only make recommendations but someone else has to approve, you have just added a step without adding value. Give them real decision-making power within defined limits. The third mistake, not tracking the data. Your deal desk should be capturing information about every deal that comes through. What discounts are being requested? Which products have the most pricing pressure? Which sales rep are consistently asking for exceptions? This data is gold for improving your pricing strategy. Fourth, make it adversarial. The deal desk is not there to fight with sales. If that is a culture you have already lost, so don't make it adversarial. The deal desk should be seen as a partner who helps get deals done right. If you don't have a deal desk today, how do you start? You start simple. You don't need a dedicated team on day one. You can start with one person who reviews the deals and meets certain criteria. Say any deal over $50,000 or $100,000 with non-standard terms. And then you document your pricing guidelines. Write down what discounts are allowed, what payment terms are standard, what needs approval, and from whom. And then you get the buy-in from the sales leadership, and that's critical. If the VP of sales does not support the deal desk, it will be hard for the deal desk to succeed. It won't work. And then you iterate, you learn what works and what doesn't over time, adjust your thresholds, improve your processes. So I think the key takeaway that you want to take from this session is number one, a deal desk is your checkpoint between sales and commitment. That's what it is. A checkpoint between sales and commitment. It protects your margins, your cash flow, and your company from risky contract terms. Number two, the key to a good deal desk is clear rules. Define what is standard and what needs approval. Make it easy for normal deals to close fast. And number three, a deal desk should always be a partner to sales, not an obstacle. The goal is getting good deals done, not blocking deals. And I'll be talking more about the deal desk in the next video as well. So keep watching. We'll meet in a few moments. Take care. Bye-bye.